Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
The battle royale continues, and I actually managed to figure out how many people are left. And Chad was wasting no time as he eliminated the people on the center platform. It was right around this time that they released the bear. Meanwhile, the 10,000-year battle at the Blue Star Gate finally came to an end. And also the game-breaking Bug Cloud was finally defeated by Sumgnum Wind. With his cover gone, the orc sprinted up right into Duke's face. But too bad for him, his ass is weak to magic. Meanwhile, the survivor of the Great Maze War managed to insta-kill the bear. Meanwhile, Chad decided that no wizard should be allowed to live and started chasing down the gnome. Although the gnome decided that he did not want to die. Meanwhile, the orc with no other options, threw his helmet at Duke, managing to somehow do more damage than the lightning traps. The orc then came crashing to the ground, somehow doing more damage than the lightning trap on the helmet. Meanwhile, the tiger was killed by the man who was trapped in the gas cloud. And also the moose was also killed. It's almost as if everyone who is still alive, because they're super strong or something. Meanwhile, one of the gates opened and released man-eating crocodiles. Meanwhile, the 10,000-year Blue Gate battle winner was instantly gunned down by the witch after finally leaving the start gate. Meanwhile, with the orc, bear killer, and Green Dio all closing in on him, Duke made his escape, greasing up the stairs on his way out. Meanwhile, with a grease trap, a gas trap, a Chad trap, and a 2 ballista shots per turn trap all boxing him in, the gnome gave up. Meanwhile, the orc tried to chase Duke down, and managed to fall down the stairs. Meanwhile, the green door finally opened into the maze and a blood-curdling scream could be heard throughout the arena. Meanwhile, being surrounded by the tiger killer and the witch shooting him from the tower, Duke decided to teleport to the northwest tower and began aiming the ballista at Shade's danger. Meanwhile, of all the people who fell into the snake tunnels below, only 2 managed to find their way out. And one was immediately stabbed by Shades. Suddenly, a ballista bolt lands near Shades. Shades suddenly hit his next target. Meanwhile, in addition to Duke and Shades, a number of other wet noodle fights broke out throughout the arena, including Chad continuing his quest to vanquish our wizards, and the goddamn wizard and archer battle happening on the northeast tower that had been happening the entire battle royale. The crowd could not contain their excitement. The stalemate was finally broken as the berserkers shot enough shots to get the Tiger Slayer to surrender. And no one is immune to the grease as the orc fell again on his way to join the fight in the center. Meanwhile, in an attempt to escape from Chad, the witch entered the maze. Meanwhile, Duke was attempting to flee the tower to escape from the no longer visible Shades. However, he had completely forgotten about the manticore and man-eating crocodiles. Meanwhile, Green Dio was finally defeated. However, his victory was short-lived as the orc took him out from behind. But his victory was short-lived as the snake tunnel survivor ran in. Meanwhile, the Super Grease claimed some more victims as all the berserkers ate shit on their way to the center. Meanwhile, Chad continued to be Chad and had no problems catching up to the witch. However, they found the source of the scream in the maze. It was the dreaded green door. However, Chad was not deterred from his quest. Meanwhile, Duke decided he didn't want none of this and used his last teleport to go to the opposite side of the arena. And just in time too, as he managed to narrowly avoid Shades shooting him with the ballista. Meanwhile, having been completely overwhelmed by the berserkers, the snake tunnel survivor surrendered. Meanwhile, after fighting for the entire match, the wizard finally managed to take down the archer. However, it was too late. Meanwhile, it turns out 7 berserkers are a really formidable opponent as they beat down the orc. Meanwhile, with only 4 people left, alliances finally broke down as Duke threw a fireball at the other tower. Being stuck between a Chad and a hot place, the wizard decided to give up. Chad then spotted his next wizard to vanquish. Meanwhile, the manticore managed to find Shades, who promptly ran to the exit before it could have a chance to kill him. Meanwhile, Duke was feeling pretty confident. However, He had forgotten about the Berserkers. With Duke now dead, Chad was the last man standing and the winner of the Battle Royale. I completely forgot what he won, but it's probably something Radians. With the Battle Royale now over, our heroes began to prepare themselves for the one-on-one tournament.